Peace, you guys. It's Nadira here. And for today's book review, book talk, whatever we're going to call it, I actually don't have the book physically in front of me. Unfortunately, I think it's sold out here at the Nat Turner Library. Or there's another one floating around that's just hiding from me right now. But that's not going to stop the flow of just talking about this book because it's very important, especially for the time that we're in now, more important for people who consider themselves to be spiritual leaders on this earth. The book I'm talking about is Revolutionary Suicide by Dr. Huey P. Newton. Now, this book is mostly autobiography. He talks about himself a lot in this book. He goes back to, talking about his parents and his upbringing and his siblings and all that stuff, which is wonderful to know because he's one of our ancestors. And it's nice to know where people come from, especially people as amazing as Dr. Huey, okay? But going to the title of the book, Revolutionary Suicide, just by those two words, you can probably figure out what message he's coming across with that. Thinking about the word revolution through history, we know why revolutions happen is because something needs to change. And whether, the success of the revolution is like a sliding scale because it all depends on what happens after. But revolutionary suicide, to start a revolution or to start something different and to make a really big change in the world, you can't expect to still go through happy-go-lucky while trying to shake everything up, right? Suicide is a heavy word. It's a heavy word, but it's important, especially in this context, to know what you're getting yourself into. If you really feel like you're on this planet to change the world, if you consider yourself a spiritual leader, I'm not trying to rain on your parade because you can do it and you can change the world because I'm also in the process of changing the world. But it's good to be aware that it might be a suicide mission. Think about the people who are benefiting from what you're trying to change, okay? Don't have blinders on. I think that it's nice to be aware of what you're getting yourself into, but don't stop. If you really believe in your message, then it is a revolutionary suicide. It can be, because our revolutionaries, they don't have to die. But somebody wrote a book about that, or a poem, somebody said that. You don't have to die for your revolution. You know what I'm saying? It's not that black and white. But it's not even about dying or the afterlife. It's being willing and unafraid to spread your message and to say the words that you feel the people need to know without being afraid of whose toes you're stepping on, or who's going to take it the wrong way. Okay? Anyway, that's my interpretation from revolutionary suicide. He goes into a whole point, especially the Black Panthers and starting it and like their first bylaws or something. He talks about that too. It's really awesome. I actually need to get my hands on another copy of that book because that's something that I want to have in my personal library for the rest of my life, everywhere my library is, I want that book to be in it. But until then, it's just up here and online. Peace and love, you guys. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel, please. Thanks.